Good morning. This is day 113 on my hike from Mexico to Canada on the Pacific Crest Trail. It is 7:40 in the morning. I'm up and moving. I could have been and should have been up a lot earlier and moving, but I will tell you, I don't know what it is exactly, but with this terrible shin pain and shin splints injury, I just can't, when I'm half asleep, get up because it's just so painful. My body's just like won't wake up because it needs to lay there and try and heal. So yeah, I'll catch you all on the trail in a bit. There's someone coming southbound there, so I wanted to end the video quickly. But all right, so today's an exciting day because, barring some crazy series of events, in 8.5 miles I'll be hitting the California-Oregon border. Obviously, these past 5 days have been an absolute struggle and complete disappointment, but I'm still hobbling along. So it'll be good to get to that milestone, despite the sheer and absolutely ridiculous level of pain I wake up in, that I'm currently in. I didn't even mess around today. I took painkillers first thing I woke up, and I took ibuprofen when I went to bed. So yeah, this is my reality. It really sucks. But I was thinking, I was up last night. I slept pretty good overall, all things considered. There were cars coming by before I went to bed, 3, and then 2 this morning. One woke me up with the headlights. I think they're all or mostly deer hunters, but I slept pretty good overall. The circumstances, being next to a road, being deep in the woods with no service, all alone, and just, you know, the general circumstances, sleeping on the ground basically. But before I fell asleep, I was up thinking about how I can still make this work if I extend, because October 1st had been my soft deadline to get finished. If I give myself another week into October, and that's, you know, weather permitting, but I'm banking or trusting that it's gonna work out. So I give myself 7 extra days, and I use 3 or 4, to try to rest here and recover in Ashland. Somehow stay healthy the rest of the way. I think it's still doable, but it's so freaking frustrating. All right, I gotta go. I need 2 hands here. Classic. Yeah, so now I'm on the other side just as an example, because there's so many of these all the time. Like, obviously the trail's straight ahead there, but not really getting through that. So you have to go up and around and just whatever. So I have 970 miles left total to get to Canada, and 42 days. But if I give myself that extra week, that's 49 days. And that average mileage, I think, was like 20 miles or so, but then a day. But obviously I need zeros and time to resupply and all that. So, and I'm gonna need to take time off here in Ashland to heal. So maybe I give myself 4 days here, even though it took me 2 weeks last time to heal this injury. So it's a long shot, but as the window's getting smaller the more that I climb, to quote Lil Wayne, but I'm still in the runnings. It's a very small but possible way of still doing this. Sun's peeking out. For being so hot as it gets during the day here, I'm surprised how cool it gets at night. And oddly, it seems to get cool like kind of shortly after dusk, the coolest. Whereas usually I feel like it's coolest before dawn. But that seems to be the case. And wow, it's beautiful down that way. I mean, I am at almost 7,000 feet in elevation, so it's not like I could be doing this down below. But yeah, I am a little surprised. Oh, this is nice view. It truly is such a shame that I am in so much pain that I can't appreciate and enjoy this more. I still am trying, but like, I'm a quarter mile in and I'm just, it's agonizing. It's agonizing. Shaking my head, I don't know what else to do. But I am, regardless of the pain I'm in, every freaking step, I am looking forward to hitting that California-Oregon border. That'll be a good milestone. Okay, that's funny. I am pretty sure it's from Oregon Trail, some weird random game we all played in middle school. And I say we all because I've talked to a lot of people about this who went from different states and places. And for some reason, it was like the only video game, if you can call it that, we were allowed to play. And I think that's what that is. It's funny. Oh yeah, so I met someone a couple days ago. Gosh, I'm actually struggling to remember who. I meet so many people in conversations, but basically said like, I'm not having that much fun out here and blah, blah. And he said, yeah, he goes talking about himself. And I feel the same way. I'm much more of a destination hiker than a thru hiker. He's like, thru hiking isn't really hiking. It's an endurance sport. And I'd have to agree. Like, I mean, you're hiking, but it is really so many other things, like an endurance test and mental challenge, which part of that's why I wanted to come out here and do it. But in terms of actually enjoying myself, destination hiking, meaning I'm gonna pick a spot, hike into it, maybe it's 2-3 days to get there, stay for a day or two, actually take in where I'm at, be present, enjoy it, get to feel nature around me, and then be done. Whether, you know, that's hiking through and getting picked up or going back the way you came. Like a 3 to 5 day trip, maybe 7-day trip, destination, much more enjoyable. To me, through hiking is really just, it's just, there's so much mileage you have to cover and a time cap on it that it's very hard to actually be present and enjoy nature and whatnot. And it is truly an endurance, a test of endurance. And then the huge mental aspect of it too. So yeah, I'm definitely, from the nature camping standpoint, much more in a destination kind of hiker. This injury is getting worse. Like, it wasn't hurting this much the first mile in, and I took medicine this morning, like I didn't yesterday. It's exactly what I was afraid of, because I feel like I'm just digging myself a bigger hole to have to recover. This injury is ruining everything. Everything. Like, it's taking such an absolute exhausting degree of mental fortitude to not just throw my hands up in the air and quit, because it's so freaking painful. I can't even enjoy anything else around me. I'm going so slow. It's impacting how I'm walking. So now my left foot's feeling weird. Like, fuck. So sick of this shit. It's a really nice morning walk, minus the freaking ridiculous amount of pain I'm in every step, and the fact that it's making me go slow. But the air is crisp and fresh, and the sun's not directly hitting yet. And there's like nice greenery and pine trees everywhere. Sometimes you get some nice views. It's pretty good. It is pretty amazing, the stark contrast between early in the trail, where everyone's grouped together, and I started more like the middle, like the core start time, like bubble, if you will, to now where everyone's spread out and I'm way behind the bubble, probably like 2 weeks behind the peak of the bubble, and like maybe 7 to 10 days behind the back end of the bubble. So, I mean, it's just desolate. I don't think, besides that one southbound hiker this morning, any hikers have gone by in either direction since I camped last night. Again, I don't much mind. I'd actually much prefer this than being somewhere where I'm fighting for camp spots and stuff, because there's so many people. But what bothers me is what it indicates timing-wise. I am 2.1 miles in. I've had to stop like I am now about 4 or 5 times already because the pain's so severe. I took a full dose of ibuprofen and acetaminophen this morning, plus the topical CBD cream. I made it 10 miles yesterday. The last few were extremely painful, but 10 miles without taking any painkillers or medicine. And this is not good. By all counts, it's definitely gotten severely worse. Well, I think that's Mount Shasta still. It seems a lot closer than I thought it would be, but really cool foggy horizon there. I do think that's Mount Shasta. According to Google, because I have a little service here, it's 54 miles away. I mean, that looks closer to me than that, but it's got to be it. I don't know what else that could be. It's got to be it, though, my educated guess, because first of all, it's in the right direction, like precisely of Mount Shasta. 2, it's kind of the same design and shape, contours that I remember. And 3, it's a 14,000 plus foot mountain. There's not that many of those around here, so it would make sense it's towering over everything else. The only thought I have is, because this does seem kind of close, is that one way out there is Mount Shasta, which feels more like 54 miles. And this is something else, but I don't know. If I had to guess, I would say this is it. I really want to know. Okay, I had service and my leg's hurting so much that I stopped anyways. I'm almost positive that's Mount Shasta because I don't know what else it could be. It just looks way closer than 54 miles away, but it is over 14,000 feet high. So relative to everything else, it's going to stand out. Well, today's day 113, so it's been exactly 50 days since I left Bishop after spending 12 days there healing a sciatic nerve issue. So day 63 for me was leaving Bishop. It's been 50 days. I've had serious knee pain that I probably should have stopped hiking on. I had what I'm pretty sure is a stress fracture that I probably should have stopped hiking on. I powered through those on top of plantar fasciitis. I don't recall too much Achilles tendonitis since day 63. Maybe some minor sciatic pains here and there. Like, there's been a lot of crap that's popped up since I took time off to heal, like rehab for injuries. But then the shin splint just pops up, and I knew it right when I started feeling it. I knew it was going to be debilitating, and it is. So I'm going to end up having to take a few days in Ashland to try to heal it as quickly as possible. It took 2 weeks to heal it last time, and it was on my other leg. But I also kept stretching it, which was hurting it more, my other leg. So I've been trying not to do that on this one. But I mean, I'm struggling to even walk 3 miles to start the day. Like, it's been an hour and a half. It's terrible. So yeah, it's just crazy. Like 50 days of a lot of pains and injuries and challenges and achy feet and toes that were numb, like all of it. But nothing took me off trail, but these damn shin splints are going to. I just hope I'll be able to recover, heal fast, stay healthy, and finish this out before winter hits. Got like 965 miles to go. I am 3.5 miles in. It's almost 9:30, or past 9:30, or right around it. And I've had to stop more times than I can count because the pain is level 2 going into level 3. I don't even know how I'm going to get the 20 done. I need to get done today. I mean, this is just, I'm hobbling along, and then I have to completely stop frequently. I can barely walk. Like, I've had to stop so frequently. 2 people just passed me. They're heading north, and I could barely hold a 1-minute conversation with them. They were just walking at a normal pace because I couldn't keep up. And this is just terrible. And like looking back now, this will be day 6 where I'm barely doing half the mileage I want it to be, which makes it kind of pointless to have even been continued moving. I should have just stopped and rested sooner, but there really wasn't anywhere inside Valley that made sense to do so for as long as I'm gonna need. So I guess really what I should have done is try to get a ride up to Ashland, and then I could have gone back to Side Valley to continue hiking, but that's just hard psychologically for me. But it would have been more prudent given how this is playing out. This is as bad as it's been. I just haven't let it get to the point where it's level 3 completely debilitating, where I'm basically falling to the ground. I stop when I feel that coming on. So aside from those 2 moments on that first day coming out, I know when I had it, and the next day, it's definitely the worst it's been. I just took another full round, 600 milligrams of ibuprofen and 1,000 of acetaminophen or Tylenol. And it's only 10:15. I think I must have taken that first round sometime around 7:30 or something. I've never, I don't think, done that before in my life, where I'm kind of jumping the window of when you're supposed to take stuff. It's that bad. This is bad news. I mean, I just filmed the last video like a minute ago, and I'm at a dead halt again already. The pain is so bad, but I can push through it. It's the reason it's extra hard is because of I did that last time, and it led to me needing 2 weeks to heal. Like, I don't have that now. So I'm worried I'm causing more damage, and I'm now in the middle of nowhere, and I have to keep going to get out. If I had a way out right now out of here, like get off the trail, I would take it. That's how fucking bad this is. Fuck. It would be so hard to get back to wherever I get out of to resume, which is why I kind of didn't want to, like, why I wanted to push from Side Valley to Callahan's Lodge, which is Ashland. It's definitely proving to have been a fucking mistake. I literally have to stop less than every minute. It's that bad. I'm just sitting on a log right now. Well, I still got about 2.5 miles to get to the Oregon border, but I just started a 1,700 foot climb. Nothing like welcoming you to Oregon and a big climb like that. Some of my last steps in California are very picturesque. It's so bad. I have more painkillers or whatever, ibuprofen, Tylenol running through me than I probably ever have in a concentrated moment. I still having to keep stop, and I can still feel it. It's called Donamore Cabin. Apparently you can actually sleep in there. There's some cots and stuff. My leg hurts way too much to climb up and check it out. If it wasn't so fucking hurt, I would. I've got 0.6 miles to go to get to the border. I had to stop because it's hurting too damn much. I've taken more than the safe amount of Tylenol and ibuprofen. I have the topical cream on, and it's still hurting so much that I have to stop. Should be an exciting moment for everything I've accomplished. Instead, it's completely tainted. I'm in so much pain, but I'm going to try to put that aside for a minute. Trusting by some miracle, I will heal quickly and be able to finish this hike so I can enjoy this moment. It's the California-Oregon border by that trail register and those posts. Nearly 1,700 miles. Mile 1,693 on the PCT. And God, was it a slog getting here. My God, day 113. 113 days to walk from Mexico to Oregon. Look at that. It's triple digits for Canada. "21 people passed through here yesterday that at least signed the log, and almost all of them, but 2, I think, maybe 3, are Novo. And it's noon, and I'm only the second person to come through today. Just left the log. I don't usually stop and look that much, but it's kind of a big milestone. I was seeing some of the people I was hiking with before I got hurt are 4 days ahead of me, and I was like keeping pace with them, if not ahead of them. About like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 a week ago, and then some of the people just a week ago are about 2 days ahead of me. It's fucking shin splints. And now I'm in Oregon. Doesn't feel any different. Leg still kills like hell. I'm gonna try to go another mile to the next water source and then pause for a bit. Looks like Oregon's about 450 miles. I think long ago when I was calculating stuff out, probably a couple weeks ago, I said it was 497. So I want to correct the record on that. The reason I said that is it shows 497 for the Oregon section in far out, because I have to switch which map I'm looking at. There's 5 sections, but what I later learned is it overlaps with Northern California for like, I don't know, 30, 40 miles. I guess the math would be 47 technically, but I'm rounding a bit here. But it's about 450 trail miles to get to the Washington border. I'm gonna have to take time off in Ashland. Hopefully this shin splints heals quicker than last time. And then I'm gonna have to pray I don't get hurt again and just crush miles from there on out. Been hiking for over 5 hours. And I am 10 miles in, so basically going 2 miles an hour, including stops and everything. Shin is demoralizing. I'm gonna stop for lunch in like the next 1/10 of a mile. All right, I just finished lunch. It is a little after 2 o'clock. Just took my 3rd round of medicine. So that's probably more than I've ever taken. I mean, I had surgery once on my labrum, which was crazy painful, and I didn't even take the painkillers they gave me after the surgery, which were like prescription. I don't like doing this. It's not my MO, but I got 25 miles to get to Callahan's Lodge, at which point I can get a ride into Ashland and try to rest this. So I gotta do what I gotta do. It sucks. I had been better about my stool cycle, doing just once in the morning, and then out of nowhere after my lunch break, just 5-10 minutes into the hike, it was emergency. I had to run up a hill, find a place to go. Not it's not in good shape, let's just put it that way. There's always something out here. See some lines on there, almost like it was farmed or more like a mining operation or something at some point. Yep, if there's any doubt that was Mount Shasta, it definitely is. You can tell by the clouds hovering over. There are always some strange clouds. There's been some lenticular clouds that are very strange. You can Google that and look it up, and there's just always clouds hovering over it, or often. Like, yeah. Just hit 1,700 miles. I wonder if all the people who skipped still take pictures at these. Because I'll tell you, they didn't walk 1,700 miles. I don't want to be too dramatic and say it happened with the change in the state line, but you can definitely notice the topography change. That's sort of looking like west. That's north, so kind of northwest down the middle. Looking a little less tall in general, which I will take. That's what I showed earlier. Just here is probably more fitting for what's ahead, the Cascades, but still definitely a little different, I'd say. Oh, it's about 5 o'clock. I got 8 hours clocked in for time on feet, and I've done a little under 18.5 miles. Excuse me, I had to stop just to take a break. I will say the last like 3 or 4 miles, my shin has not been hurting. The pain has not been to the degree to which it has been for these days, and I think that's purely just because I have so many pain, like Tylenol and Advil in my system. It's the only thing that would make any sense. The terrain's in a little bit flatter for that time too, but maybe it's a small factor. So I've got about a little over 2 miles left to get to this next water source. I'm planning to camp there and then do the last 15 miles to get into Callahan's Lodge tomorrow, and then get from there into Ashland proper, where I can rest for a few days and try to heal this somehow, and then just have to go out swinging hard. Man, as soon as I got up in that break when I said my shin wasn't hurting as much, just ouch. Like my entire knees down are hurting right now on both feet. The shin's still the worst, but I think it's because I've been walking different for like 4 or 5 days now. Like I am not in good shape. This last 2 miles is quite the struggle. All right, I got to this water source about an hour ago, and there's some solo hikers coming through, and then I set up my tent. Got dinner going now. Got the 20 miles in that I wanted to do. Shin is killing me, but got 13.8, so like 14 miles to get to town tomorrow. And then I will take some time off to try to heal this, and then just have to crank out miles after that. So it's not how I wanted this to go, but took way more medicine today than I have in a long time as well. But this has been day 113. I will see you all tomorrow.